record button and say, yo, what up? How's it going, man?
Going pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm well. I'm quite well, thank you. Momo 2 or Momo not 2? Momo 1?
I,
Momo 2?
it's it's a yeah, it's both, but one
Both.
kind of. It's like is this kind of my journey to figuring out if Momo 2 is a character right now, or if
Mm,
she's a set 14 character
I
that'll
see.
pop off one day.
I see. I see. I see. All right, so yeah, hit me with what you got going on. Hit me with the pitch for Momo 2.
All right, so I know that life is the symbol that is just strong at its core. It's 100% where the way to go for like 90% of what you're doing. If you, I just feel so good. All the hate for all the different things going on, and then it's just strength by itself. And there's not a lot, since it does so many different things. It's hard to stop what it's any one thing that's doing. So this being a life deck, and it's actually a life character I like, is I like Momo, and I saw Momo 2, and I thought this character seems really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I see 19 health. I see a character that doesn't get her stuff together in the first two turns, and then I see like a blood little blood pool. That's Momo 2.
Right.
So I've gone back and forth between Momo 1 and 2 because Momo 1 at least can kind of live. She's got a little bit more health. She might be able to do a little bit more, and there isn't a whole lot different in like their hand size because it's the life symbol. We have Excited for Blood, we have Back Alley Haymaker, we have cards that gives us cards. So
Right.
I don't know. So I'm just stuck between which one's the right way to go because they both. Momo 1 feels great no matter what, but Momo 2 I can't tell if she's better or worse.
I think that's totally fair. The big thing that Momo 2 does is she lets you have stun 2 on any move, so that commits more resources as opposed and without like destroying your foundation to get that bonus, right? Whereas Momo 1 gets to like have more flow and build, but isn't that 7-hander, right? So there's like plenty of times where you will just like not quite get where you need to go because you don't draw the attacks because you're a 6-hander. But Momo 2 is also kind of a 6-hander because of that first form, but like you instantly get to play with your card. So it's interesting.
Right.
It's interesting.
Either build bigger than your opponent for sure, or get a free asset out.
Right. I'm doing a little looking inside of cards. Give me just 1 second.
Yeah. I think like 90% of my game plan, if I was going to go with Momo 2, would be play the first game as Momo 2, kind of get a feel out for what we're doing, and then side into May, because I think May is definitely like a character no one's expecting. Unlike the second game, I feel like she's easy to play around, but you have to know you're playing around her. So she's
Right.
pretty goofy.
Yeah, and it uh is I mean, Hatsume is like a good ass character. Like she's just good. So,
Oh yeah,
like being a 9-hand size character is just like it's pretty all right.
pretty
The
crazy.
yeah, the thing is like you got to get there, right? My personal opinion,
Exactly.
I do think that Momo 1 is better than Momo 2. I think Momo 1 is exceptionally good. I think she's cracked under the life symbol. I think that there is a lot of stuff that you get to do under the life symbol that is just genuinely not fair.
Right.
Especially with how set 2 is shaking up.
Right.
So let's just talk about stuff, right? So first and foremost, let's keep with Momo 2 just to whatever. Staff Strike is not inside of your deck.
So the reason Staff Strike isn't,
Mhm.
and it's gonna sound super sad, is just like it's an 8 diff, and when I check a 5 on an 8 diff or 3 on an 8 diff, I cry on the inside, and there's been so many times where Staff Strike just burns me
Yeah,
more than it helps me.
sure, totally fair.
It's just like I want it to, because I in the first set Momo 1 was like the character I was like, oh, this is the character to go with.
Yeah.
And I got staff strikes, and I was like, this is awesome. And then the more I got into set 2, I was playing staff strike May, and I thought this is cool. And then it wasn't as fun, it wasn't as strong as I thought it was. And I think the life symbol came up more. And then I'm just like, I don't really need staff strike because it's not everything I'm playing is weapons.
Right. Yeah. Totally.
And it's just like where I'm at with staff strike is like if I was playing a dedicated weapon deck, yeah, I think it needs to be in there. But
Yeah, for sure.
With like at least close to half or a third of my attacks not being weapons, I just don't know if it's there. Right? I guess.
I think that's fair, right? You're playing Tongue Whip. You're playing Neck and Surprise. Oh no, it is Back Alley Haymaker, not a weapon. I think those are totally fine choices to make. I just wanted to make sure that like you knew Staff Strike was not in your deck, and we had a conversation about it. The coolest thing that I have found for Momo 2 is Home Run Comet. You respond with Momo and giving it powerful 3, and then you increase its powerful rating by whatever. So it could be like a powerful 6 as your third move, which is like cracked. It's very, very good. The only issue is like you gotta get there.
You have to get there.
You gotta get there. So like Momo 2 doesn't give any speed. She just gives damage. And her response is once per turn. Man, this character is almost cool.
I swear, if they just didn't have once per turn and instead put just each of these things once per turn.
Oh, that'd be tight. That'd been cool.
It'd be so good. I don't know how. Like I've been looking at Flash and racking my brain for a circumstance where I'm like, I want to flash my own move.
Nice slice.
But I mean, but don't you like the extra health?
If my opponent has a way to like commit -2 speed or whatever, you're just like, slam it. Sorry, man.
Right. I think like the only time I could think of was they have something that I know they have that's going to be a pain to deal with, so I flash my move. That's like the only circumstance I think Flash has been something I thought of.
Yeah.
To be useful.
Right. Yeah. It's just a real tech piece. It'll happen 1 out of 100 games, and it's gonna win you that game, but it's not necessary. No.
Yeah.
They're gonna come up with a weapon throw, and then that's when it's game on. You know.
Oh my God. Yep.
Yeah. Or they're gonna come up with a weapon throw, and then your Momo gets to give it powerful 3. Yeah. I think you're right. I think she's like a set 5, set 6 character. Like she just needs slightly more tools, but like I'm down to rock it as is. Because I don't think Momo 1 necessarily gets to play the heck out of like Back Alley Haymaker and Tongue Whip, if you're gonna play that Staff Strike deck. But like if you just like want to give everything +2 speed, it's red.
Yeah, I mean I'm just really between the two, but I think I do agree that I think Momo 1 has felt better, and Momo 2 just isn't explored enough, and she's just really hard to play, and in all the games I've played with her so far, at least 50% of them I've died in the second turn.
As Momo 2?
As Momo 2, I am dead before I even get to gain a health off of my first form.
Wowzers. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, aggressive play is like is just really good versus a 7 hand size, 19 health character who doesn't have like a ton of defense on her face. She's got just a slightly bit of disruption.
Yeah, I think that One Breaker 1 is not enough. Like I think Net Gun Surprise with the Breaker 1 is like almost not fair.
Fair.
As a block.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's enough to carry a single character. You have to see it on turn 2 or turn 1 in your hand to block with it. It felt great, but it didn't feel like it was enough to play that character.
Totally. So right now, right, we're about 10 minutes into the video. I need you to pick Momo 2, Momo 1. I'm down to sit here and brainstorm Momo 2 with you, but we got to figure it out.
1. Let's go with 1 because this is going to be the Orlando deck most likely.
Okay. All right. Then let's hit Momo 2. How do you feel about turning this into a Staff Strike deck? Getting rid of the Tongue Whip, getting rid of the Haymaker. I think this character is nuts now that she has Cannon. Cannon is the way that she kills people now.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think if it's gonna be swapped into Momo 1, I don't think Haymaker or Tongue Whip are as strong. I think Tongue Whip's strong in any character, but you know.
Yeah, we're gonna get rid of this. We're gonna get rid of this. We're gonna put in the 4 Staff Strike. And there it is. Oh, Hey, staff strike. All right, so we're at 23 attacks. We got to get this number down to 2-0. So I think the answer is probably to get rid of Naval Laser Charge. I think this card
Oh yeah,
sucks.
yeah, I do now too. The only reason I played it was Momo 2 has no health, and
Yeah.
sometimes a little pump of health is nice, but definitely not in this character.
And then so the other option is we just like go more aggressive and we play Home Run Comet, but like you said, checking staff strike sucks. So like we probably don't want to do that.
I do like aggression. I won't lie. I do like aggression, but
We could
I
play
don't
like the
want to
one
like.
spiciest Home Run Comet and make it 22, and then see what are our stats here. Okay, we got to get rid of some stuff.
Yeah, it's a little bit bigger. I mean, you could probably come down on some of the ready set goes too, since it's not a 7-hand size character anymore. I don't know. I guess ready set go is kind
I
of broken.
think Ready Set Go is kind of nuts.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. That's kind of broken.
If you were to get rid of anything, it would be Box Full of Babies, because that card's not a weapon. And you get rid of
yeah.
Trace Keep, because that card's not a weapon.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah. So we've already
do I want to?
cut it down. Hey, we're perfect. Look at that. We did it.
Yeah, nice.
Do we want to?
Yeah, that works with me.
No. No, we've got foundations to look at. You said, do we want to, and then stopped your statement.
Oh, do I want to play any other assets, or is just quick create enough?
I think that's the only asset that we have, huh?
On the line? Yeah, I think we just got rid of the other two.
Correct.
Well, I guess there's the Asui hate one.
Yeah, but it is a unique tech, so it would go in your sideboard if anything.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair. I just like the assets. That's actually probably been one of my, since I've joined this game, is assets is what I've really enjoyed.
Assets broke the game in standard, so I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Almost no interaction with them. There's like maybe 5 cards.
Yeah. Yep. And they're wowzers. They're good. They're pretty damn good. All right, so let's take a look at the foundations. First and foremost, Amphibious. I demand you run it at a 4 of. This card is not fair in your character.
Yep.
Same thing. Passing the Torch needs to be a 3 of. We have to draw a lot of cards. This is good.
I guess
Study
aiming
group
for number 1.
aiming for number 1 is gone. Goodbye.
It's no longer relevant.
Study group leader. Hit me with this card.
So, I think this card works exceptionally well in any Yaoyorozu deck, because it says after you commit it for, usually normally 90% of the time Cannon Blast.
Right.
You just re-ready it. It's just more re-readying, which is like awesome. Also, it's a high block, and I was struggling on the high blocks, and now I'm struggling on the lows.
I think this is the world's coolest 2 of.
That's fair.
Yeah, I think this is the coolest 2 of, because you only need 2 of this card to trigger your cannon fully, right? You commit to both, ready, then commit 1, and then destroy that card. If this card was a weapon and not an ally, I'm sold. I'm all in.
Right.
But the fact that it's not, and it also, like, after the second copy of an attack is played this turn, it loses 1 keyboard of your choice. That's so niche. That's so niche.
It's like for combo decks that are just playing the combo after the combo after the combo.
Right.
That's like, I think, where that shines, but
yeah.
Definitely using it mostly for the Yaoyorozu response.
Correct. You do not need Wealthy Aspirations. That card is bad.
Oh no, not anymore.
Yeah, a lot of the play 4 of this card though.
A lot of the stranger keyworded cards were in there just because Momo 2 could play, because this started out Momo 2 obviously with the name.
Correct.
But yeah, Momo 1 doesn't need that kind of filth.
She does not. Man, I want to put Excited for Blood down to a 2 of, just to reduce our numbers. You got so many mid blocks.
A lot of the mid blocks are in the attacks.
Block zones.
Yeah.
Let me go back and look, now that we have the idea of Momo 2 or Momo 1. Let me go back and look at the options that we have.
Right.
Oh, we're not playing New Training Method at all. This card is correct. This card's not fair. We're gonna put this card at 3-of. This card has to go in. This card is so insane.
The reason I wasn't playing it originally is because I felt like I had enough build in Momo 2, and also it was a high block. And I was wrong when I said earlier I was struggling with lows. I meant highs. I actually, when I just got done with the first draft of this deck, I had like 34 high blocks,
I see
and
it.
I was like, what?
I get it. I get it. I get it. Playing 4 of you. That card sucks. Man, it's weird not playing a precious lesson in our deck. I'm gonna put it in the sideboard just in case.
Yeah, I can definitely see that one coming in because you're destroying them instead of tapping them down.
Yeah.
It's just like those small differences between the two Yaoyorozus. Yeah, I do think 1 is just better right now until 2 gets more cards. Or I think like I keep hearing rumors that Momo 2 is supposed to catch a lot of support in the next set. Because
that would be cool. That would be neat.
No water exists for Momo 2.
Correct. Correct. It really depends on what Eraserhead gets, actually. We're here. We still gotta cut stuff. Maybe this goes down to a 2-of. Let's go back to our block zones. How do you feel about Excited for Blood as a card?
It was extra card draw. And I liked it a lot. I have them, so I figured I might as well find a character that uses them. I feel like they work pretty well in here.
If you had to pick Excited for Blood or New Training Method, which one would it be?
I had to pick probably
to keep. I'll clarify.
To keep.
One of these cards is getting cut as a high block slot. It's either that or we cut Study Group Leader.
I like Study Group Leader. That one has to stay.
Then this is where we're at.
Probably Excited for Blood.
Excited for Blood's gone. I think that is the right call. I think I actually want to put New Training Method up to a 3-of just because of Ready Set Go. I think that you get so much value out of Ready Set Go, New Training Method building on your turn 1. The only as soon as Momo has 10 foundations, I don't know what to do to fight her. And so it is a character is really strong if she gets a really solid build and it gets ahead of you.
Yeah, it's like I feel like when she gets to 10, she gets to the point where it's we're going to time or I'm killing you.
Right.
Because you're not killing me.
Right. And the fact that she has access to things like Staff Strike and now Cannon Blast, she's going to kill you. She's going to kill you.
I love Cannon Blast. That's the one. I saw that card and I was like, yeah. It's my favorite attack that comes out of this set.
Man, I actually think I want to take Home Run Comet out of the deck and I want to put in a 3rd Net Gun Surprise.
I'm down for that. I love Net Gun. I honestly think that's a really, really awesome defense piece for weapons.
So here's why. With Net Gun Surprise, when it gets checked, you can add it in with Quick Create to give it their thing -2 damage, and then just use the response on Net Gun to clear it, put the speed of 1.
Yep. I love that.
Yeah. All in all, we're at 68 cards. This is not a terrible number for a Momo deck. We are a little light on low blocks, but the fact that we can go and pick up Instant Shining Flash, the fact that we can go and pick up Preparing for Battle might be just good enough, you know?
Right. Yeah. Chat said something about the floating around my baby's card.
So it is only good on offense because it is a 4 mid block, which means we can't block with it and then build it down. There's just better options to go pick up Quick Create instead. My personal opinion, I think if you were struggling for a room, I think I would want to play it, but I just don't think that you'll be struggling.
That's fair. All right.
The other thing that card does at like a 2-of maybe, if you wanted to get rid of like someone with style, but I think stun is too prevalent, or you wanted to get rid of, we'll go back to Study Group Leader, or maybe like 1 high value target, 1 face shield. Which, I mean, these are just 2 low blocks, so, like, you're losing out on it, is if you are the biggest brained player in the whole wide world, you can, if the fourth card is something you want to add in with Quick Create, then you get to do that. Right? Because you remove the top 3 cards, and the fourth card, that's the fourth one down, is now the one on top, and then you Quick Creation and built it in.
Right.
Yeah.
Lots of math, lots of thinking.
Correct. Bring some
Planning
headache
ahead, yeah.
medicine. You're gonna need it. All in all, though, I
Yeah.
think that for you to jam games and like grind out games, I think this is probably the list that I would start with and see where it gets you.
Yeah, because I really wanted to at least have life on the table for what I'm bringing to Orlando.
Yeah, I get it.
So life's so unfair.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
It has good outs to Moneta too, and throws, and I equally hate almost both of those things.
Your character should never lose against Moneta 2.
Never.
Yeah, I don't. Momo is like the hardest answer to Moneta 2. Actually,
I love it.
Yep.
I love it so much.
Yep. All right, buddy. Well, let me shoot you the list. Thank you for the support over on Patreon. I'm excited to see how well you do in Florida.
Thank you. I appreciate the assistance with this deck.
You're welcome, man. Well, you have a good one, okay?
You too.
Peace.